Hi, I'm Mike. Welcome to our MotovationUSA brief unboxing, where you can buy anything, everything premium for your motorcycle. But before we dive into this beautiful beast, I'm gonna need you to take a moment, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know when we upload. Also subscribe, you're already here, right? In this video, we're gonna do things a little bit different. We're gonna dive into the StreetFighter, kind of detail and show you the ins and out of what I've done and all the parts that's available here at MotovationUSA.com. So without further ado, let's do this. First and foremost, one of my favorite mods for the Ducati StreetFighter V4S. This is the Dragon Slayer. This is the SE Project 212 titanium exhaust for the Ducati StreetFighter V4S. It is absolutely fascinating and changed the bike to something completely different. I absolutely adore mine, and I would definitely recommend it. One thing I would suggest is for you to get it done professionally by a dealership or a certified mechanic. There's a couple of things we want to highlight when we're talking about this beast. This is the mid pipe, all right? It's in titanium. It tends to add a little bit of characteristics where you start seeing a little bit of bluing and purplish into the titanium once you run a little bit of heat cycle, you know? Maybe add a little bit of performance, all right? It does require that you do an up map or get the bike tuned once you do this mod on the bike. Again, we have a reference video that's going to show you how it's done, or at least show you the ins and out, what it takes to get this work done, because God knows it's a lot of work. They do include 2 heat shields here. This is a gloss carbon fiber. You're going to see a little bit of SE Project logo and branding on here. The heat shield at the very bottom of the bike, they do include that as well to bring down a little bit of the heat. And then you have the final link pipe. This is it here. This is where the angels use the trumpets to blow. It sounds great, guys. I really love the exhaust, and I think it's different from what's on the market now, what they offer. It's very competitive to what you can get. We're talking about spending almost $5,000. This is going to save you a little bit of money, and you'll be able to be very happy with what they offer. Let's take a look at the back. Let's look at those double cans, baby. There we go. There we go. You have the honeycomb mesh, little bluish and purple happening at the tips. Oh, I'm talking about it, and I'm excited about it. It looks absolutely fascinating. And I love the way they approached it. They did not follow pretty much what's on the market. They did their own thing. SE Project, nice going. SE Project does include 2 brackets, guys, for you to mount. So if you want to have the OEM license plate on there, guys, you could use that first bracket. I went with the second bracket. Yeah, I think it looks amazing. I'm definitely gonna let you guys hear what it sounds like bike. But in order to get this exhaust running right and sounding right, guys, they definitely recommend that you do a tune on the bike. That way it's gonna increase the horsepower and performance. And you guys know that I spoke about the sprint filter on there. Or you can go with the brand tuning. You could partner with the team at Motovation. They can help you with that. But I'm gonna show you something that's really cool regarding this exhaust. I'm also gonna start it up just so I can let you guys hear how the beast sound. All right, guys, so we're currently in the dash of the bike. It does require that you do either an up map or a tune on the bike. Now, one cool thing that happened to the StreetFighter V4S, once you tune it, when you do start the bike, I want to show you, it's going to say Pro Race here, or Race Pro or something like that, which I thought is a small little cool thing to show you guys. You should see it here. Racing Pro. I don't know if you guys can make that out. While we're at the bottom of the bike, we might as well talk about Evotech's premium products we have here at MotovationUSA. This is the passenger peg delete. It also doubles as a guard for the gas tank at the bottom of the StreetFighter V4S. For you guys that are aware, the StreetFighter gas tank goes all the way to the bottom of the bike, so you can get pebbles and rock chips if you're not careful. So we definitely recommend you getting the Evotech passenger peg delete and gas tank protector. Really cool mod, fairly easy to do, quick to install, and it looks great. And also it adds personality to the bike. All right, let's move down. There we are, guys. I've been waiting to kind of talk about this, and I had other opportunities to install other brands on the bike. I ended up going with the Gilles tooling rear set. This thing is absolutely beast. It's amazing on all levels. If you guys are not familiar, Gilles Tooling are well known for making BMW parts, Yamaha parts, basically OEM style stuff. And what I love about mine, that's on the StreetFighter V4S, what we're looking at here, guys, this adjustable rear sets give you multiple options for you to adjust your ride to your liking, to your riding style, and more importantly, it's a fairly straightforward install. You could also refer to our install video. And last but not least, it requires no modification to get this on and make it work flawlessly. So it's pretty much OEM for OEM replacement in my personal opinion, and it looks great. You have basically the Ducati color right here, and also you have a little bit of a gray to the black, which I love what they did here, guys. They didn't just go bold with just black and show you exactly what the rear set looks like. They wanted to go with an OEM style look and feel that's not going to disturb the lines of the bike, the look of the bike, or having to make weird modification that's going to pretty much nullify your factory warranty. And just when you thought that I was going to go to the next thing and highlight, there is still a lot more that Gilles Tooling offer and brings to the table regarding the adjustable rear set, guys. They do include the hill guard. It is not just a cheap, flimsy one. If you look closely here, this is a metal hill guard that is not going to bend or fold when you're applying pressure, when you're cornering. As we move down, the pegs themselves, they do fold, so if you were to drop your bike or anything like that, you don't have to worry about it breaking off. They will fold, and they are replaceable. Everything that we're seeing here, they're all modular, and the level of grip that you get from the lever down here, guys, it's nice. I mean, really, really recommend this. If I were to suggest any mod for you to do off the bat to make your bike your own, these rear sets are highly, highly on that list. All right, here we go. What everybody's been waiting for me to show them. Whenever we talk about Ducati anyway, this is what everyone tends to kind of know Ducati for. The clear clutch cover, guys, this is gonna add so much more horsepower to your bike. Makes it pretty much go ludicrous speed like Spaceballs, but nah, I'm just messing. So this is the clear clutch cover, guys. One of my favorite mods on the bike. I went with Dukabike. We do offer that here. And the colorway I went with is the black and gold. So the outer area here is going to be black. This is what we're looking at. Let's see here, right here. Black, of course, you have the gold ring. We have the black pressure plate. And then the inner ring is gonna be gold, guys. So pretty much this is what you get in that entire kit. There's a bonus here. I actually have a Dukabike black slider. You can get this slider in gold as well. I thought it might have been a great way to break up the gold color to add it in black, but it's a nice way to protect the bike as well, and it still looks really dope. And this is CNC machine billet aluminum, so you already know the deal. Quality is gonna be fantastic. This is the top view of the slider, guys. I'm showing you that way you can see, in case you were to have a down or you drop your bike, you see how it protrudes outwards a little bit. This is a great part for you to add on. Most people, when they do the clear clutch cover by Dukabike, they tend to avoid putting this on, but I truly recommend you getting this on there. It makes a big difference if you were to drop the bike. Also, it doesn't look like it's weird. It looks like it's part of the kit. It looks really cool, but that is actually sold separately, so just keep that in mind. You can get it in a couple of colorways as well. I guess while we're here, we might as well talk about some of the benefits of having this mod on your bike. It makes it an absolute breeze for you to do clutch plate swaps if you're doing a lot of track days, for you to basically see if your oil is dirty, and you do get the opportunity to hear the bike a lot better, the engine, hearing it raw. So one mod we have to mention that's here, that's part of this bike, is the engine cover. This is the magnesium one. We do offer the all black Dukabike version, which is the one I would recommend putting on your bike. It's gonna look a lot cooler, especially if you're looking at the dark stealth StreetFighter V4S. I'll include the parts number just so you can check that out as well. This entire engine cover, instead of it being magnesium, almost like a gold, you will end up getting it in a black finish by Dukabike. We do offer it here on the site, and I think it looks dope as hell. Let's go. Time for some of the fun stuff, man. I love these guys. They're really cool. They're very small, doesn't require a lot of money. This is your rear brake reservoir cap by Dukabike. You can get it in a couple of colorways. You have a little bit of carbon fiber hint on there at the top. Mine is in gold. The overall idea for my bike is going to be red and gold. I know right now it looks a little disjointed, but the overall idea is going to be red and gold, guys. So there we go. Rear reservoir cap, fairly easy, straightforward. Highly recommend you grab one and throw on there. Now we have the oil cap by Dukabike as well in gold. You can get it in other colorways, guys. It looks just as good. Look how well those play together, in my personal opinion. Really, really dope mod, fairly straightforward for you to do, and just throw on the bike. I mean, if you're on a budget, you're not looking to do anything major right after getting the bike, this is a great way to kind of say, hey, this is my StreetFighter, man, and it's different from yours. All right, guys, I know you guys are probably looking at the clutch first in the rear wheel. That adds an additional 3 to 10 horsepower, but focus up, look up, look up, look up. There we go. This is the Evotech rear axle slider, guys. Highly recommend you get this on pretty much your StreetFighter, anyone's bike pretty much. It protrudes on both sides. Let's take a quick look. This is what it looks like. Focus, focus. Don't look at the logo. Don't look at the clutch first. I know it gives you a lot of horsepower, but this is where you need to keep your eye on the rear axle slider, guys. It's a great mod. It's a great way to protect your investment, your bike, your baby, in case, or worst case scenario, something goes down, you know you're okay. And also, what I love about it, you know me, everything that's on the bike serves some kind of purpose style-wise. This adds great personality, and again, it says this is my bike and it fits my style. A little hint of red. There we go. Highly recommend you do this mod. Pretty much any one of these mods that protects your baby. And if you notice, the reason why this side protrudes a little bit more where the chain goes, basically is going to protect the swing arm, guys. So if you were to drop the bike on this side, your swing arm will be protected. This is why it protrudes out a little bit more. Again, these guys are fairly easy, straightforward for you to install and throw on the bike. Highly, highly recommended. If you're on a small budget, you don't have, boku bucks, these few things you have to throw on. Frame sliders, axle sliders, and radiator guards. We're gonna cover that, might as well get to it. Now I'm gonna show you guys a mod. You really can't see it, but I'm really gonna kind of highlight and talk about why you should do it on there. So right behind the steering column here, in this little area of the bike, this is where your air filter is going to go, guys. We definitely recommend you getting that Sprint P08 filter. Throw on your StreetFighter, pretty much on any bike. Again, you're gonna get, these small little improvements in your performance, in the way the air is gonna be sucked into the engine. We're talking about adding your exhaust, doing the fuel map, adding the filter, small marginal upgrades that's gonna lead to a bigger performance. So it goes right back here, guys. Again, it should be on the screen, the part number for the Sprint filter. Highly recommend you grab one and put it on your bike or whichever bike that you're currently rocking. So totally worth it in my opinion. All right, let's move on down to the calipers, guys. Why are we talking about the calipers? When you buy your Ducati StreetFighter V4S, they include this bulbous reflector that's right on here. And design wise, I think what Ducati did, it's cool. Of course, they included the reflectors for safety, but the downside to that is the only way for you to remove that reflector, guys, you will need caliper spacers, and these are by Dukabike. Again, little hint of red. You can get them on other colorways. Again, you know, adds to the Power Ranger force that you get when you are on the Red Ranger, if you want to call it that. But it definitely cleans up the front forks of the bike by removing the reflector. It looks really dope. You can get it in a couple of colorways. Personally, I went with red. We also have a video that highlights and show you how to get that on there. That's the beauty of this walkthrough, guys. You can refer to pretty much any video of us putting on these parts and highlighting them. You can see how they go on. If it's something that's too challenging for you, usually it's not. You can do these on your own, but highly recommend. I don't even have to recommend these because that's the only way you're gonna get that reflector off. So go out there and get it. Easy transition, right? Might as well talk about the fork sliders. Most people are probably wondering, what are these guys anyway? This is your fork slider, guys. I did mention a little bit earlier. Fork slider, frame sliders, rear axle sliders, radiator guard is a must on any build that you're doing on any motorcycle, whether it's brand new, whether it's used, whether it's brand new to you. Definitely recommend you protect those forks, because those Öhlins Gold are not going to protect themselves. So it's going to save you a lot of heartache, man, when you dump your bike, or if you do, or when it does happen. Evotech performance coming in clutch by providing quality parts, guys. You can get it here at MotovationUSA.com. So I'm sure it looks on the opposite side of the bike. Ooh, you can even see it right through there. Look at that. Protrudes right through. This is it, looking at it from both sides. It's not too overexposed. It doesn't disturb the ride or a lean angle, but it does do a great job protecting your investment, your baby. All right. Now, I was planning on washing the bike, just like how I bathed this morning, but I thought it'd be a great idea not to wash the bike, because I want to show you guys why this is a highly recommended piece. This is the Evotech Radiator and Oil Cooler Guard for the Ducati StreetFighter V4S. It covers the top. You can see the branding, the logo, right here as well at the bottom. And this is from me just doing a light pull with the bike. You see how much debris and dirt and grime that actually splashes on there. It's something that is recommended pretty much for any motorcycle, not just for street fighters, not for your premium bike. If you care about your bike and you want it to be on the road all season long without any issues, any hiccups, especially if you're riding an Aprilia, Ducati, Triumph, guys, these parts tend to be a little bit tougher to get. It takes a little bit longer, and then you have to let the dealer do it for you if you don't do it yourself. That could put you off the road for a bit. So highly recommend it. And the bonus I love about this, we're gonna go to Black Ranger now, right? It blacks out the bottom of the bike. You have the radiator guard that tends to look kind of like a polished silver looking piece of the bike, which most people are not a big fan of. It blacks it out, and I think that looks pretty dope as well. Look how it looks from afar, guys. Now, this is the 8 Evotech Radiator Guard, guys, at its best. Doing what it does best, protecting the radiator and oil cooler, and looking good. Damn, look at that. Highly recommend you do this mod. This is something that everyone wants to change on any motorcycle, and I did just that. These are the Resoma turn signals. These guys are dope for several reasons. They are sequential and streamline the looks of the bike way better, and they are LED. So none of that bulb style light bulb on a very pricey bike. We're looking at a very premiumly made mod that's really bright and looks great. Let's take a look from afar, guys. Look, you can see both turn signals from both sides of the bike. Very thin, very streamlined, and they look absolutely stunning. And again, you could refer to our reference video on how to install those. Not only it looks great, we show you how to put it on, and you can buy it from us. Who else does that but the team here at Motovation USA, guys? Come on, smash that thumbs up. Let's move up, because I want to show you guys this. It's the craftsmanship, you know what I mean? It's like I sat home, forged this damn lever, but you know I didn't, because these are Gilles tooling levers. They are absolutely flawless in many ways, guys. The build, the fit and finish is absolutely amazing. You do have a couple of options regarding the adjustable wheels. It comes in a natural finish, like a silver and black, which is what you're seeing here, and then you could do red. I ended up going with a completely black look. That way the dash of the bike, the cockpit, can look like a fighter jet. So it's all blacked out. Again, fit and finish really great. Very light levers, quality finish. Look at that, easy to pull, easy to adjust. I mean, they just make it super easy on all levels, guys. Now, look at one more part of the lever here, guys, right there. I don't know if you guys could make that out right here. That's a breakaway section in case you were to drop the bike. Again, there's a lot of premium parts on here that will assure that you get home no matter what's the situation. So if you were to drop the bike, your levers were to hit the ground, instead of it completely breaking off and leaving you stranded, most likely this little component's gonna break away and then you'll be able to get home just fine. And of course, you know I'm gonna have to plug it. We did the install as well, so you can hit that link and go watch it for yourself, right? The beauty is you shop with us, we guide you on how to throw it on the bike without having to pay someone else to do it for you if you don't want to. So complete package, hit the link, check out the video and see how we got that done for yourself, guys. Moving it along, you might not need this mod if you're riding this bike. This is the Moto Gadget M-View Blade bar end mirrors, because you're gonna leave pretty much everyone in the dust. You'll never have to look back. You won't need it because you're too fast for them. I'm just messing around, guys. You definitely need some mirrors. These are the Moto Gadget M-View Blade bar end mirrors. And what makes these guys special, they are not mirrors at all, right? They are metal that has been polished to the T. That way it's become a mirror-like material and you can see behind you. And the beauty about it, look how thin it is. Oh, you didn't see that coming. That's thin, right? Yeah, and you can adjust it in any style, in any manner. You can actually mount it upside down or the way that I did it here, or stick it outwards. It's super flexible on how you can install this on the bike. More importantly, guys, it's a breeze. We do have a reference video. I'm getting tired of saying this, right? Reference video for all and everything that's on this bike. Go and check it out. Hit the link, grab one for yourself. Before we move any further, I have to show you guys this one thing. So when you do buy the M-View Blade bar end mirrors, you see this end cap here. That is not part of your purchase. That is actually sold separately, and you will need it to cover up and finish off the end. I love the bar end replacement that they have and the detail that's on there. It's very, very thin, very, very little, very streamlined. And you basically screw it on to kind of clean up the look of the bike. I think it looks spectacular. If you are getting these mirrors, you have to include the caps because they complete the look. Says it all. There we go. This is the brake fluid reservoir cap by Dukabike, guys. That looks just as good as I showed you a little bit earlier. And that's the tie-in that we're talking about, guys. You know what I mean? It brings the bike together to this specific style and look once you're seeing it as a whole. You can see a little bit of the gold from the forks. You can see a little bit of gold from the reservoir caps, and they kind of tie things in. It comes in as a set. Do I recommend getting these? If you're on a budget, you don't want to spend too much money, heck yeah. Look at that, a little bit of carbon fiber hint on there. Looks great, guys. It's an easy thing to do, and it's gonna make a nice little difference. Look at it from the top view, just a little bit from the top view. Just a little bit from the top view. Look what it does when you could see a little bit of gold from the forks and the reservoir caps. It looks absolutely amazing. Look at that, same thing. You're seeing it from far and you're seeing a little hint of the gold. Let's take a look from here, guys, just so you can see the gold accent. Hopefully you can see the flow, the wave here. Gold forks, gold Dukabike clear clutch cover, gold reservoir caps, oil filler caps, and how it kind of tie things in all together, right? That's the overall idea. That's the overall wave. Totally digging it. This is how the overall look happens, guys. Bar and mirrors by Moto Gadget. Gilles tooling levers, and then we have the Resoma turn signals. Look how well these all tie in. They play well together. They're in the same pond, and look what they are doing. Love the flow, guys. Highly recommend most of these mods. Let's move to the next thing. This one is a bit controversial, guys. The StreetFighter itself tends to suffer a little bit when we're talking about the design of a windscreen that's going to do the job and look great. This is the windscreen by Rizoma, and this is probably one of the better approach for a windscreen for the Ducati StreetFighter V4S. So many companies have tried, and I'd say did not succeed. I wouldn't say failure. Failure comes with a lot of effort, and we have to show appreciation to that. But this one, they definitely succeed in my personal opinion. You can refer to the install video on how you can get that on. You're gonna see some carbon fiber weave right at the top of it. Mine is a little bit custom on the side here, side panel. Mine is blacked out just to kind of show my own branding and logo, but yours will be in a natural silver finish when you purchase yours, but this is what mine looks like. And let's take a quick look from afar. This is the visual you're gonna get from the front view of your bike, how it looks like. Now let's take a look from the side. This is very important that I show it in all angles because this is kind of controversial. Not a lot of people are on board, some people are, and some people just want protection. And this is why we show you everything here on the site, all the option that's available to you so you can make the proper decision, not just go by internet chatter. This is the profile view of what it looks like. Now you can see it here with the headlight, and it does the job well by buffeting a lot of the wind gusts that you're gonna get with this bike. Now it's a matter of choice. What we love to do, guys, is show you the options. We're not telling you to buy it or not buy it. Personally, I'd recommend it. If you see it on my bike, I'll rock with it, and it does the job, and I think it looks pretty good in my personal opinion. You guys sound off in the comment section down below. Let me know if you're feeling the wave, right? I think it looks pretty dope. All right, here we go. We're on the left-hand side of the bike. Just want to kind of show you what it looks like with the Evotech frame sliders, which we highly recommend you throw on any motorcycle. It's going to save you a lot of heartache and pain if you were to drop your bike. Really nice polymer that they use to create this frame slider. Again, we do have a reference video that shows you how to get that on if you don't want to pay to have somebody do it, or if you're brave enough to tackle on the task yourself, which I think you are. I believe in you. I believe in you. But we have reference videos. You can definitely check that out. The parts number is actually on the screen. We highly recommend you put frame sliders on this bike, any bike, your bike, even your buddy's bike will make a great gift. It's gonna protect him from a lot of heartache, man. So get yourself the frame sliders. Love mine. They're not too protruding out. Worst case scenario, you might lose the winglets, but the heart of the beast, the engine will be just fine. So highly recommend those, all right? You'll thank me later. Let's move on down to the Alternator cover by Dukabike. It says V4 on it. You can see their branding. It is in black, fairly easy for you to install. Again, we show you how to do it. You buy it from us, you get feedback from us, you get our opinion, you get our reviews, and also we show you how to throw it on. All right, highly recommend you do that mod as well. Again, these are some of the early mods we recommend doing on your bike. That way you can protect it, you know. Very early on in any life cycle of a bike, people tend to drop them in the beginning because they're getting used to the clutch play, or basically getting used to the bike overall. It's a great way, and also it adds a nice bit of black at the bottom to kind of blend the bike. Love mine. I think it's really dope, guys. And it's CNC machine billet aluminum. Quality stuff from Dukabike as usual, man. Now we're gonna go slightly up, slightly up. This is the timing cover, guys. Small mod, tons of personality, a little bit of carbon fiber, and again, CNC machine out of billet aluminum. Are really, really dope. It's not overtly covered with logos, so I like that. It's not too bad at all. This is special parts, which is pretty cool. You can get it in a couple of colorways, red, black, gold. I went with red, but since I'm doing the red and gold finish, I will most likely swap this out for a gold one, possibly. So keep an eye out. Really cool, small mod, again, small personality. You know, makes your bike your bike. Now we get to the fun stuff. Let me just kind of clean that up a little bit because you know your boy's name's on there. This is the Louis Moto seat cover. You can partner with Motovation USA and get one done for your bike. Custom, where you could have your own branding, your own logo on there. Mine says Clutch First. This is the Diamond Grezzo seat cover, guys. It has a couple of different level of material that's on there. You have the synthetic suede. This is kind of like a carbon fiber look-alike. Here, this is perforated to give it a little bit more breathability. And of course, this texture that's right here is going to prevent you from sliding much and smashing those fine jewels into the gas tank when you're throttling it or braking. So definitely recommend you get the seat cover. It does add an additional amount of plushness to your riding position, your stance. It also makes the bike slightly a little bit higher, maybe like half an inch or an inch or so. So if you're a short person, be mindful that that might happen, but really, really dope mod. Let me show you from the other side as well. The detail on the seat cover, guys, really, really dope. And Louis Moto's known for producing quality seat covers. They've been in the business for a while, guys. We definitely support them here at MotovationUSA.com, and we highly recommend them if you want to match your bike colorway, you want to put your social media handle, or maybe, you know, whatever you want to throw on there, they can customize that for yourself. Let's take a look on the opposite side. I think it's really, really cool. Great way to add a little bit of personality to your own bike. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. And the thing that I love about this mod, to be honest, is that in a lot of cases when you do mods to your bike, it tends to change the look, the flow, the colorway, and it makes the bike doesn't feel OEM anymore. In this case, it just adds a little bit of personality, not too much to the point it sends it over that edge, but this is just right, guys. Last but not least, this is the rear axle nut for the StreetFighter V4S. Again, I'm going with the red and gold theme here, but I'm gonna backtrack, probably gonna get this one to be in gold. That way it continues the flow of the red and gold that I'm gonna be pursuing with this look. You can see on that side as well, this nut here is red as well. Most likely I'll go with gold and then end up blacking out the sprocket carrier and everything else, guys. And again, highly recommend you grab all of these mods, guys, only at MotovationUSA.com. Going over each and every one of these mods that I've done myself with my two hands was just as exciting as showing you guys. And of course, the only place to shop for them, MotovationUSA.com. We've made this fairly easy, guys. Links are in the description. Everything that we're highlighting on the bike, you can see the parts numbers on the screen. So hopefully you find this video as interesting as I thought it'd be for you guys. All right, as recommended, use your parts purchase to support the store that support your sport. Motovation USA gives back to the riding community with everything from safety seminar courses and worldwide racing sponsorship. For the most trusted parts and accessories, shop MotovationUSA.com. All links will be in the description down below. And remember, ride safe and ride often. Come on.